imagine this, it's 2025 and the US has a new president. But what does it mean for the global financial rules known as Basel 3.1 or the Basel endgame? The answer could swing dramatically depending on who occupies the White House. So scenario number one, Donald Trump returns to the presidency. So what would it mean? It would mean something from the past, deregulation. If you remember what happened during his last term, the Trump administration rolled back parts of the Dodd-Frank Act as we saw it as barrier to economic growth. The thing is, if he wins again, we could see him pushing back on Basel 3.1 rules too. I think he would say that they are too restrictive, especially as the US economy is only recovering. And that would also mean longer timelines for implementation, even potential exemptions for some of the US bank, and definitely a focus on national priorities over international alignment. Another thing which we could see is a wider ripple effect globally. Other countries could even be easing on their own standards, or to a certain extent, the Basel framework could even start to unravel. So that's scenario one. Now picture a second scenario, very different scenario. Kamala Harris as president. So what would it mean? Harris administration will likely maintain what the previous administration, the Biden administration approach has done. It would support a very strict, timely implementation of Basel endgame reforms. It also means that Harris would probably push for rigorous regulation oversight, insisting that the US adheres closely to Basel rules to avoid any disconnect with the international timelines and the international scene. A focus could even be further than that and could be introducing or implementing further ESG regulation. So with that in mind, I think no one knows what the future is. We'll know soon, but for the moment, the future of Basel 3.1 is uncertain and a lot is riding on this next election.